Peace. I'm Mike Elohim, and today we're going to be talking about my human design chart. And human design is similar to astrology. It has 12 plus 1 aspects, similar to the 12 houses of astrology. If you didn't know, on this planet, there are 5 different human types. You have manifestor, you have generator, you have manifesting generator, you got projector, and you got reflector. Finding out what type you are is probably one of the most important things you can find out in your life. And if you've never heard of human design, if you don't know what type you are, it's a very easy way to find out. You can send me a DM. I can help you out with that, or there's many other apps and websites that can help you find out your chart. But it's a little complicated. You might not know what these numbers means or what these squares and triangles and diamonds mean. We're going to talk about it a little bit today. I'm a manifesting generator myself. I'm multi-hyphenate. I like to do multiple things. I have multiple projects always going on. I have multiple businesses myself. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just telling you my energy type. Versus the other type, manifester. They're doing similar things to me. They're mostly the initiators. As for the manifesting generator, we doing manifesting and we're generating stuff similar to the generator, who's constant workhorse. The manifesting generator, we doing multiple things and we're doing it for a long time, and we love doing these things. Your authority is the best way you should make decisions. Like it says, I'm an emotional authority, which is it's kind of hard for me to understand at the time. I'm a guy, and I'm like, man, there's no way I'm emotional. You know what I mean? But I think about some of the times when I make decisions. Like if somebody invites me to go somewhere, and be like, yo, Mike, you want to go, to a party? I'm like, man, hell yeah, let's go. I'm on the way. Let's do this. But that's me right there thinking or making a decision on an emotional high. Same way somebody be like, hey, you trying to go to the steakhouse? Oh, hell no, I ain't that shit. That's emotional low as well. It's best for me to make a decision after the emotional high and after the emotional low when I'm back in neutral. And this also gives me enough time to see my schedule in my brain and say, okay, do I actually have another plan? A lot of times I say yes to things and I accidentally overbook myself, triple book myself. So I usually now, if you're a manifesting generator or me as a manifesting generator, I'll be like, let me get back to you on that just so I can make sure that I'm available instead of me saying yes like I usually do in the past and had to come back and be like, man, I forgot I actually have something to do, or I actually don't want to do these things, right? So anyways, I'm going to keep moving forward. Your profile is pretty important too. It's how you see yourself and how the public sees yourself, but it's also 2 parts of you. So for me, I'm the 2-4, the easy breezy genius. The 2 is the hermit. It's whenever anybody that has a 2 is like you like to be by yourself in solitude, like a recluse a little bit. You like to study and like to have fun by yourself, look into information and do some deep dives and things like that. And the 4 for me is the opportunist. So when I study and I look into into the stuff I like human design, I end up, and I do this by myself, and then I step into the opportunist position when I come into TikTok or in public, and I tell people about these things, and everybody's like, man, I want to know more about that. I want to know my chart. I want to know my sign. I want to know these things. That's my opportunity right there. So knowing your profile type will help you determine how best to interact with the world, if you understand what I'm saying. And my strategy is to respond, and this is how I make things happen. For example, I usually am in the right place at the right time. Not meaning to be, I'm just doing my thing. And I always overhear somebody say, man, I need some help. I wish I can lose some weight, or I wish I knew my purpose, man. I hate my job. I really wish I knew what I was supposed to be here doing. This is me. I'm like, okay, bet, this is my, and then I hit them with the response, man, look, you ever got a human design reading? Hey, you ever talked to a nutritionist? Hey, you ever heard of a Proving Grounds gym? This is me responding to the world, and this is how I make things happen. Or sometimes I see a video and it's like, man, the world is messed up and I wish we had more people. And then guess what? I'm responding to that video, and this is how I interact with the world, like I said. The 5th one is my sign. This is how I know when I'm on the right path, when I'm in alignment with myself, and that's satisfaction. And everybody's is different. For me, satisfaction is I'm happy, I'm satisfied that I did something. It doesn't have to be great to somebody else. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. As long as I'm personally satisfied, that's all that matters. All of these things are specifically interwoven for me as a manifesting generator. You can see the big picture later on, but I give you a little tip right now. For example, my not self is how I feel when I'm doing things that aren't in alignment with me. I get frustrated. And this doesn't have to be working with somebody else. This can be for me and my many projects and my many jobs and businesses. So I can get frustrated doing one thing, and I can, like, for example, I have a business called Garden of Eats, and I make these peanut butter stuffed dates, and I can knock them out if I'm in a good energy. If I'm in alignment, I can knock out making a bunch of dates with no problem. But sometimes I can be not in alignment with it. I'm supposed to be doing something else. I should be doing something else. I want to do something else, but I feel like, man, this is my business. I gotta do this today. I have to do it. The grinding, all these things like that. I get frustrated even doing my own business. You know what I mean? And that's whenever I know I'm not in alignment. So that's important for us to know whenever you're in alignment or not alignment, and our body tells us through our not self theme, which is frustration. So you might be frustrated, or you might be angry or resentful or bitter, and this is your body telling you that you're not in alignment. So it's important that we know these things, all right? I'm gonna move forward. The next is your gifts. Some people have one, some people have many. I have a few of them. This one for me is one of the most important ones. As you can see, it says here, creating unity. It's kind of strange to say these things. I love peace, but also I love bringing unity when it comes down to different things. It doesn't have to be just people. But knowing your gifts is important. As for the manifestation process, some people know how to manifest, or they create well with vision boards. That's me, specific. I gotta write it down, or I gotta talk about it. I gotta be real specific with what I want. And sometimes you don't know what you want until you talk about it. Maybe you have an idea of something. You gotta start working your imagination, guys. Especially if you're adults, or if you're young kids, young adults. Start using your imagination. Saying you want $1 million so you can make it and you can feed your family and your mom can be good, that's not good enough. You need to be more creative. You need to think, have an imagination of why you want this money, or why you want this creation to work, and how far you want to go with it. And maybe you might need to be specific with it. The next one is kind of important. This is your incarnation cross. This is my life theme and purpose. The right angle cross of the sleeping phoenix, number 3. To keep rebirthing yourself over and over through the course of your life. This is constantly me growing, learning new stuff, and applying it to my life. So your incarnation cross is important to see what your theme is. How I feel things is similar to, we're talking about the emotional wave. I'm an emotional person, emotional being, energy and motion. You know what I mean? So I'm always either up or down, or in neutral in the middle. That's why it's important for us to learn how to meditate. These things will help us stay neutral and not take on the energies of others or the world, especially if you're a healer and you're working with other people. Number 11, your digestion, the best way for you to eat. Indirect light doesn't mean I have to be in the dark. It just means that I like to be in quieter places when I'm eating, and not too bright, but I do like to be able to see what I'm eating. So, and some people don't like to eat a lot of food. Some people like to snack. Some people like to eat on the go. All these things are so important to know. Human design has all these things. All right, the last two, your strongest sense. Touch. I love to touch things with my body. When it comes down to working out, when it comes down to physical therapy, when it comes down to the clothes, the merch that I have on, everything, it has to do with touch. Learning your strongest sense is really important. And the last one is your environment. This is probably one of the most important ones, and not all of them. They're all important for real. I've been saying everyone's important, but this 13th one is important. Your environment, the places where you thrive. For me, it's blending caves. That's like farmers markets, pop-up shops, places where there's a blend of energy all around us, or all around me, and this is how I thrive. That's pretty much it when it comes down to human design. If you don't know what type you are, hit me up on the DMs, or if you do know what type you are, put on the comments what's your human design type. Hit me up on MikeElohim.com. Check me out on all platforms. I'll give you a free basic reading. Stay tuned, stay awake. Peace.